a party is if it's a party in the chat with as much energy and verve and interest as y'all can conjure up in Gen Z. I will say for the AP Psychology Live review we said there was no Riz in the chat, but there can be as much Riz as you want in this chat. So we can do whatever we like. Also, everyone, I've got literally 2 dogs, one named Marco, one named Nina. They're both here. They're both ready to party like it's an AP after party. So give me, because this isn't a real party and we're all on YouTube on a Sunday night like a bunch of losers, in the chat, I want everyone to fill it up with party emojis, little party hats, little party drinks. Since you're all children, it'll be like boba teas and little Coca-Colas, whatever y'all need. Definitely give me party hats, party AP Chem 1. Okay, that's depressing. And if you're just joining us, yeah, take a minute, let us know which AP exams you took, what kind of party emojis you've got for us. And also, if you like this video, press that like button and stick with us through this whole session. What I'm gonna do in our session real quick, everyone, is I'm gonna take you on a whirlwind tour of AP exams. And I'm gonna need your help because at Marco Learning, we roast the AP exams. But the secret of the AP exams roast is not like me coming up with all these ideas. I crowdsource it from all our TikToks. All the information I get from you all about what is, look at that. People want Marco. This will be the first wave at our party of people being like, get rid of the guy in the blazer and get me 2 white fluffy dogs. So we're gonna probably start with an early dog appearance. And then as you get riled up in the chat, as we get more and more likes in the video, we can just have more and more Marco and Nina in here. So I see, by the way, a bunch of people are taking took Euro, Apes, Lang, Environmental. So the thing we'll start with, before we get to the dog, is, first of all, have you seen our AP exam roast? The one we did on YouTube Shorts here, we've also done on TikTok. Let me know if you have seen them and whether any of those kind of resonated with you, or they felt like something familiar, or whether we got something wrong. I'll give you an example. I thought, yeah, a lot of people thought I was Marco. I'm not Marco, I'm John, sorry. And Marco is our dog. So so I'm going to start with something like vertical farming. So I'm going to take you all there for just a minute, right? Because this was a lot of controversy, a lot of controversy about vertical farms. So I'm going to share my screen here and take you to this FRQ. So this is AP English Lang Set 2. If you're wondering, where are these? I can't access these. Where are you finding them? Just Google AP English Language FRQ 2023. And so a lot of people had opinions about vertical farming, but here's the story. This was easy for a lot of people. According to my TikTok comment thread, which is very scientific research for the College Board, this wasn't that bad. And there was a lot of drama, a lot of AP drama about this, but overall, it was pretty manageable. Also, people felt that the Rita Dove speech was manageable. Maybe they struggled to find things to talk about, but it was pretty doable. And then finally, the question 3 one was, this seemed to be one that was annoying for people about making arguments. Now, you'll notice that I talked about vertical farming, Rita Dove, and the arguments for AP Lang, but this wasn't the only one. If you're confused about why you didn't see this, there was another set. There are 2 sets for a lot of these exams this year. The first set was about urban rewilding, which rewilding, by the way, sounds like a TikTok term, but it actually is apparently like I'm rewilding on these AP exams, but in fact, it's a technical term that was used for AP Lang, or used in urban studies. This was a speech by Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States. It was her last speech as First Lady, talking to school counselors. And then this one, which was about the difference between individual voices and community voices. So for all my AP Lang people up in the chat, it's a Rita Dove slays, hopefully, the amount of slaying that may or may not have happened in some of these. She ate, but I hated writing about it. Vertical farming sounds like environmental science. That was the point I made in TikTok, but then people were like, no, it's not that bad, chill. So by the way, if you're joining us, I'm John from Marco Learning. We are imminently approaching the first appearance of one or both of the Marco Learning dog mascots. The first one's called Marco, and he'll be coming up imminently, depending on whether or not I get enough sheep emoji and enough likes. So I need to get to at least 100 likes, and I need a lot of sheeps in this chat. But I'm gonna come back real quick to AP Lang and, before I move on. So for AP Lang, do people disagree with this sentiment? So some people said they did their argument in 20 minutes. Vertical farming sounds like environmental science. Rita Dove's speech was so bad. I hated the Rita Dove speech. A lot of hate for Rita Dove, but also some love. Okay, I'm gonna get to lit in just a minute, but before I do, oh, they played, okay. There we go, AP Lang was so easy. So the one question I saw in the chat here is, do the international FRQs ever get posted? Sometimes, sometimes not. Generally, actually, no, what am I saying? Generally, it's the domestic ones. And then the international ones are some sort of B set or something else. Okay, it's time for a dog. There's enough sheep. Of 70, well, I got to get to 100 likes and then it's time for a dog. So I want to real quick get to lit while we're waiting for the appropriate number of likeages. All right, people, real quick, 2 sets of AP English literature. The first set had this poem by Alice Carey Autumn, which left no crumbs to talk about at all. Like, she just basically was difficult. This was a challenging poem. You can read it at the bottom. Shorter and shorter now the twilight clips, the days as though the sunset gates they crowed, proud, they crowed. And summer from her golden collar slips and strays through stubble fields and moans aloud. Nobody knows what's happening, right? This was difficult. Then we get to the Lisette question. Lisette, now this is the one that got a lot of attention, and all the teacher Facebook groups, by the way, they're all like, this feels pretty salacious. I will say nothing and just let you read it and you figure it out. Nobody knows what's happening. This one was, they got this question about characters reinventing themselves. Overall, pretty easy. The AP Lit question 2 was similar here in that we had an old-timey poem, The Barren Moors. On your bare rocks, oh barren moors, on your bare rocks, I love to lie. Nobody knows, very challenging. Then we got this passage from the Rock Eaters, which some people said was a lot harder. And then finally, we got this rebel character passage as well. So let's just take a look. Oh, we got a super chat. So it gets a super shout out for Daniel Rodriguez from Mr. Majeski or Majewski. I'm not sure how you say that. Let me know, but thank you, Daniel. So yeah, some people, by the way, let me know how you, whether you're still taking the AP exam. Are you taking an AP exam because you had a digital problem or taking a makeup exam? By the way, I'm at 100 likes. So it's time to stop this FRQ party and get to the dogs. Give me one moment, everyone. Marco, time to wake up. Your people want to see you. Oh, your people want to see you. Okay, put your paws on here. Put your paws on here. Smile. Smile. I know he just woke up, everyone. He's come on, buddy. Okay. I'm just gonna rotate. You can see how large this animal really is when you get the full in the round perspective. He's quite heavy. There he is, Marco. So give us some dog emojis in the chat. Say hi, maybe he'll cheer up. And then we'll have him come back on the show later. Maybe when we reach another milestone, we hit 200 likes. Marco is a big floof. Yeah, 5 in AP floof for Marco. Because actually, this has always been a problem. As Marco lung, where like the fur, the hairs get embedded in my lungs. Yeah, so that is Marco of Marco Learning. Majewski. So yes, there's different ways of doing all this. Let's see, big fur baby. Marco, okay, great. I'm taking the makeup exam for AP Human Geography because it was happening when I was taking the AP Macroeconomics exam. Dog emoji, great. And then Nina's coming in a little bit. So we've covered AP Lang and AP English Lit. I wanted to take us to AP US History, which has gotten some attention. Remember, there are 2 sets of, Rachel, my allergies would go nuts with Marco, that's right. So Luigi, dude, you missed the dog. He's coming up next. Okay, there are, in AP US History, a couple of things. We did notice a big theme in some of the AP US History exams of women's rights and racial equality as big themes. For example, in this short answer set, that's all about the New Deal. And in fact, I'm going to shrink this real quick. No, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. We saw a short answer question, no image. Here it was a set of quote by Ida Tarbell. One thing that somebody's pointed out is, you'll notice here it says regions. It says regions in some places. In other ones, it's going to say colonies. And I want to show you that. I'm going to take you to that right now, actually, because somebody pointed out on TikTok that colonies is different from regions. And you actually had to name 2 colonies. So if you did set 2, question 3, SAQ, then you actually were facing potentially an issue where if you named 2 regions instead of 2 colonies, you might not get the points. It depends on what they decide to do with the reading, but you want to pay attention to terms and categories as they appear. So people are complaining generally about the APUSH test. Oh, by the way, so this is AP Music Theory teacher, Dr. Moody, special shout out. Yeah, at any of these super chats, I'll get a special shout out for your AP teacher live on this review. So let's see, and AP slaying is happening. What would they teach in AP slay? Probably a more interesting question than what I'm about to ask you. All my APUSH people, if I'm going to roast the AP US History DBQs and sources, what do I roast? Do I roast this commercial development in the United States from 1850? It felt pretty normal. And it also notably had some sources also, again, related to broader themes of social history. These questions were pretty standard. How scary was this, right? AP US set 2, these are really long, lots of periods of ellipses, lots of like, look at this. There's like 19 gaps in this source, but that's not a fun, these aren't, people, this is just, I don't know how to roast APUSH yet. I got to wait till I see some comments that really help me here. Let's just see. How to slay. Slaying, okay, lots of slay. Set to LAQs, because those were horrible. Let's just real quick look. How do I live roast this? Wait, that's set 1. Here's set 2, this. The colonial societies contribute to the growth of, that actually is a lame question. Debates, political parties. Oh yeah, number 3, nobody remembers political parties. Yeah, I don't know, people. I'm not feeling a roast happening. Now, I already roasted AP Euro, and I roasted the Haiti DBQ because everyone said to, but also because like it is literally not in Europe. I think the College Board would say, okay, chill that it's not in Europe because this was French territory and it's definitely in the course and exam description. We can find that. But we don't, like, it does feel a little off topic. Over the last 3 years, we had a DBQ for AP Euro that was set in India, and we have a DBQ for AP Euro set in Haiti. So they keep kind of missing Europe, but this is also when Europe was kind of global. Yeah, y'all can call me John in the chat. And by the way, if you are just joining us, go ahead and press that like button. If we can get up to, well, let's just do it with how many people we got here. If we get up to 150 likes, we get another dog appearance. So let's get some more people in here and some more likes. And definitely, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that. Now, let's take a minute and roast AP Bio. There was this AP Biology test, and I want to show you what I'm doing real quick. When I Google this is not hard to do. So when you're like, I can't do it, you literally can. I just Googled, I did it wrong. AP Biology FRQ 2023. Here's actually our videos we did with AP Bio Penguins. Shout out to AP Bio Penguins for being amazing. So here's the free response questions from this year. And what everyone is just telling me is that these were nasty, mean, nasty questions that were like not what people studied in this. So I want to know, yeah, this was besides it just being generally really hard, they were terrible. It was torture. What specifically, for those of you who wanted to cry, literally, figuratively, why were people crying during this FRQ? All these FRQs. I mean, it did feel, this is terrifying. This is like the most terrifying thing. Why? I can't even look at this. I'm having a whole Trump. This is trauma. AP trauma is happening right here. Even as I look, and I took AP Bio a million years ago, guys, and I don't know, it was not this. They're all bad questions. This, oh my gosh. And let me know which of these, the faux, let's see, or pho, the food, not from the FRQs. Let me know specifically which of these questions you would roast. AP Physics 1, I literally just roasted on TikTok. You Google AP 20, just put the year in, that'll help you get the right file, okay? You'll see in this, every single question is about rotational motion. Everything's rotating. Nothing's not rotating on this AP Physics 1 test, which is what was killing a lot of people. Yes, okay, great. And people are pointing out more bio and more reading and writing in bio than in Lang and Lit. Now, one thing I want to do real quick, everyone, if you haven't yet, I've just posted on TikTok the roast 3. Let's just see. Yeah, a lot of people liking some of the roasts I did. I did just roast some AP science exams, including this AP Physics one. And the question that I highlighted was this one. No, they're all rotational motion. I can't keep them straight. It was this one. Like, what in the AP nightmare is going on with this rotational thing? Great, Dr. John Moody. Okay, so yeah, AP Physics 1 was particularly bad. Now, here's my question. I want to go over to the languages for a minute. And I'm 17 likes away from getting to our next appearance of Marco. And actually, when the next one, I'll bring up Marco and Nina when we get to 150. For my language people, this is French, Spanish, German, Italian. I roasted French for that stupid question about digital books. And I roasted Spanish literature for that scary painting of the undead. And let's see, and I roasted Italian for, okay, literally Italian had a question that said, you had to pretend like you wanted to go to Comic-Con with this guy as part of like your conversation. So imagine it's 20 seconds of recording, you have your little microphone, and it's like, hey, why do you want to go to Comic-Con? Perché? And then you're like, perché Comic-Con? And you have to do that 5 times on the AP Italian exam, which was just crazy. So for my Spanish, for my Spanish students who were estudiándose este examen, ¿qué pasó en Spanish language? Que fue muy difícil, que fue extraño, que fue raro, that left you confused. AP Chinese can get a roast because no one was able to successfully take it because the whole thing collapsed. The digital exams deserve like a mega monster roast where we just take all of our Chromebooks and set them on fire because the digital exams just bombed. For those of you who now actually let me know in the chat, were there people who took a digital exam and got through this okay? So let's see. Oh, the audio was wrong on your test. Yeah, so if any of those are happening, then you're going to be stuck in an alternate exam. Now, I'm 7 likes away from getting Marco in. I'm also on TikTok going to be posting, I've got a couple more roasts to post, and it looks like the faux question from AP Biology is a good one to start with, but I want to know other ones. For example, before I get to this, I'm going to go to AP Environmental Science 2023 FRQ, and I want to take a look and see what happened here. So we've got 2 sets of questions, and why are these awful, and what do I roast? I mean, it's an interesting philosophical question. You know, what does one roast when one roasts an AP exam? And this is what my life is. My people need a roast. These questions, there was some beans, there was a river. It's pretty boring environmental science stuff. Here's a manatee. They got one manatee trapped in this water for 12 hours. It's like SeaWorld, except it's outside. Crude oil, boring. And that's the first set. The second set, notice again, there's 2 sets for a lot of these exams. The second set for environmental science plant species, Asian carp in the United States, which is an invasive species. So you can look at that map. And then this one, I got to ask Jordan Smeeds, the AP environmental science guy from Apes versus Everybody. And we got to figure out which one of these was the worst. We got 150 likes, by the way. And Rachel, only one more year of being a member of the Marco Learning family. You'll always be a member of the Marco Learning family, Rachel. And this is for you. We got to 150 likes. And to initiate you into the family, we have another dog appearance. So brace yourselves, everyone. I'm going to bring up Marco first and re-herniate my back. And then I'm going to bring you Nina, his trusty sidekick. So, Marco, come on up. Come on. They want to see you. You got to say hi to the AP students. Oh, say hi to your AP student fans. It's the after party. Say hi. He doesn't slay on these things. He definitely leaves crumbs. He definitely has no riz. Come on. Put your paw. Help me out, bro. Come in. Come on. Say hi. He doesn't. You know who's much friendlier? Who will eat and leave no crumbs? Nina. I'm gonna go get her. Hang on. Funny. Oh, come on. Oh, here she is. She's happy to see everyone. Are you happy to see everyone, Nina? See? This is slaying at the party with all the AP students. She's also lighter, so I can breathe. I'm breathing. So I skipped so many FRQ questions. Here's Nina. Okay. If we can get up to slay Nina, if we can get up to 250, we'll get them both up here again. So Nina has infinite riz. She's the adorable little kid sister of Marco / girlfriend. And that's who Marco Learning's named after. So we're not Macro Learning. And my name is not Marco. Marco is Marco. So let's take a look at AP World and what the heck happened here. Because the thing about AP World, and you'll hear this from Heimler, you'll hear this from Antisocial Studies, you hear this from Freemanpedia, and they're all telling you the truth. It doesn't matter what the questions are. It's about the themes. It's about the content of this course. It's about what skills you bring into it. So here's a question about empire, which is a big theme in AP World. So nothing shocking there. I'm going to minimize this. Okay. So, so there's a seeing the sister girlfriend thing. I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Clearly this is okay. DBQ was so weird. Yeah, special shout out to Miss Jones from AP Bio Penguins. Is she here? No. Yeah, she is. Shout out to anyone who took AP Bio, give us a little heart emoji in the chat for Tiffany from AP Bio Penguins, who puts out mountains of amazing content for the AP Bio world and asks for nothing in return. So I'm going to put a couple 100 hearts in the chat because you're the best, Tiffany. On AP World History, this British historian, so this is empire stuff, and this is Ibn Khaldun, a super famous source about 1616, whatever, it's fine. Slavery and industrialization, fine, normal. Now, this DBQ was all about China. And if you said, we didn't study enough China and I don't know enough China, you missed the point. There are 7 documents that they gave you that you could work with. Look at all the love for AP Bio Penguins in the chat. And there's Mr. Smeeds, who was also, all these AP people showed up. Mr. Smeeds, we talked on the phone the other day, but I'm trying to roast AP Environmental Science and I don't know which question. Bro, help a bro out. From one AP bro to another. Help me get my roast on for AP Environmental Science before the time runs out. So there was this Chinese DBQ that threw people off it shouldn't have. There were these 3 broad sweeping questions, pretty standard stuff. The DBQ that got a lot more attention, and the one I just freshly roasted, was this one on Muslim women in the Middle East. Actually, and in my roast, I just was like, we didn't study this, but now I'm on this video, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. You use the sources as your springboard, and that helps you. Somebody pointed out something a little bit annoying here in this third LEQ for AP World, which is that it says independence movements other than the American Revolution, which is pretty standard stuff for AP World, except in the course and exam description, it lists the American Revolution as part of the learning standard. So it was like in the standard, and then it took it out, which was a little confusing and a little annoying. But I don't see, Mercy says she fumbled that. So the green beans, let's just see. Yeah, Mr. Smeeds, the green beans question. And by the way, if any of y'all took environmental science, let's also put some hearts in the chat. Maybe we'll put, because Jordan is a dork. I'm gonna put these glasses in. Put nerdy glasses in the chat for Mr. Smeeds. Just because at one time, I found out, like, because he likes to get up at 4 in the morning and read 600 books and do 1,000 push-ups, he goes to bed at like 7 p.m. people. So this is way past his bedtime. Let's give him a little nerdy glasses, and for him being brave and staying up so late. Anyway, so we saw the AP World DBQ. It was, it was specific in a way. A lot of people fumbled it. There's a question here in the chat, which is there a curve on any of this? And the answer is kind of. Officially, the AP exams are not curved, but they create cut scores based on where students perform. So they kind of are. It basically varies. What happens is there's some statistical mastery. Look at all those little Smeeds glasses. Oh, so much love. And by the way, speaking of love, if you love, yes, optimal, yeah, Jordan Smeeds will actually calculate the environmentally friendly way of sleeping through the night and getting 8.5 hours of sleep. If you like this video, press that like button. If we get to 250, I can get one more appearance of these dogs in here. So we talked about AP World DBQs. You guys can get through that. We talked about curves, and the curves on the exams they're not officially curves, but they're determined based on statistical analysis of student performance, is what I can say. Okay, so that was a lot of those. I'm gonna real quick, I don't know if I have any seminar people in here, but they did do a good amount of stuff related to like news and contemporary events. Okay, Cole is bringing up the AP Calc exam, which was the derivative of milk. I actually have that here too. The derivative of milk, which nobody knows. In fact, I'm gonna read it. Is it the derivative of milk? It says a bottle of milk is taken out of a refrigerator and placed in a pan of hot water to be warmed. The increasing function M models the temperature of milk at the time where MT is measured, blah, blah, blah. A slope of the differential equation is shown. Sketch the solution curve through this. And then, well, it does feel like the derivative of milk. And it's very distracting. When you give us milk, or like the candy that we saw in AP Computer Science A, it gets a little overwhelming. So let's see. And one question I just saw here in the chat, I mentioned this a while ago, was if you want to find what these exams look like, just Google AP Biology FRQ 2023. Or in this case, AP Calculus AB FRQ 2023. Some version of that where you get FRQ 2023 in the exam title, it'll take you to the College Board's website. So yeah, and I'm just really taking a look. AP World, African culture. Okay, so one of the things, just real quick, if the exam that you took is not the released exam, or you're talking about multiple choice, we can't talk about those things. They haven't been released. I don't know. I can't verify any like rumors or stories that I hear about the exams. So if it's multiple choice, it stays to the side. If it's a free response that you didn't get, we can't talk about it. Now, Blake, shout out to Blake, great to see you. Please look at AP statistics, Cleo and the gold necklaces. I literally just on TikTok roasted Cleo's gold necklaces as part of AP stats, because why are we having to solve for whether her necklaces are real or fake? They're probably fake, you never know. And so that did get a special roast. And we got Kelly shouting out Mr. Lloyd for AP Euro. Live, laugh, Lloyd. There you go, Kelly, you got that. So wonderful. Okay, last few things real quick. Which AP exams have not gotten enough love? And by love, I mean hate on the Marco Learning roast or just whatever you've seen. So because so far I've roasted on the first video. In fact, I'll take you all there right now to see what we have successfully managed to roast up on AP exams. So on the first AP exam, so this is the one I did on TikTok here, I roasted the Lisette passage on AP Lit. We roasted Spanish Lit, which was the scary eyes people. We roasted the Gov questions that were roasting Gen Z. And we roasted territoriality in the human geo, because I feel your pain, people. It's 1,000 questions about one thing that a lot of people didn't know about. And then finally, I guess that was the final one. Then on the second one that I did a couple days ago, we roasted the Euro FRQ about Haiti. We roasted the Lang question about vertical farming, just for being like very environmental sciencey. The derivative of milk from calc got its love. The Italian conversation about having to lie and say you want to go to Comic-Con. And then we did the question on ghrelin from AP Psychology. Spoiler alert, I did the p-value one as well. And then digital exams for being awful and failing. I literally, just when we started this live, I posted this one and I got a lot more in. Here's the physics one with too much rotational energy. Here is, and I got this, please do the AP Bio and FRQ. I got Cleo and her gold necklaces. I got the p-value on psychology. I got the AP World DBQ. I got the French exam for the digital versus print books thing, boom roti. And then we did AP Computer Science, AP Chemistry. Did the AP Chemistry chunks, AP Computer Science A, and that was it. So I've covered a whole bunch of exams with people. There are 38 exams. I don't speak Chinese and Japanese, so I'm not really going to be able to roast them in any specific way. But I am going to, where did my YouTube go? I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of that and pull this up real quick. So yeah, don't spam. We will, so roast FRQ or 3 on AP Human Geography. AP Spanish Language Cultural Comparison. I'm going to take a look at that and see what went into it. So if I can, let's just get up to 200 likes for a final appearance of Marco and Nina at our after party. We're going to post this video on our channel. And guys, if you follow us here on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, stay tuned. We're going to be releasing tons of new wonderful things for you all to help you. But I'm still only 179 likes, so I can't bring this up. In fact, I'm going to pull up AP Spanish Language real quickly. Vamos a hacer este examen de 2023 y vamos a buscarlo. Ok, por internet, en Google, lo que queremos hacer es AP Spanish Language 2023 FRQ. Y vamos a la página de College Board y vamos a mirar esta. Y aquí son las preguntas de 2023. Vamos a mirar pregunta número 4, que tiene que ver con, ¿dónde? Aquí. ¿Qué rol tienen los hábitos ecológicos? Por ejemplo, reciclar, usar bicicletas, participar en la limpieza de playas o parques, etcétera, en una comunidad del mundo hispanohablante que te sea familiar. So, like, the AP exams are super environmentally obsessed. It wasn't just APES. It was both of the AP Lang sets. It's the AP Seminar exam and this Spanish exam. So, yeah, let me know. This Spanish is getting all this. Hang on, let me get caught up to date on this. No, let me get rid of that. Great, and these roasts are so good. Can you roast the AP Bio? Okay, so people, it's like I've got to work on this tonight, the AP Bio question. Any other ones? Got 10 more likes I need. Esley John. So give me likes and give me also dog emojis if I can, or not dog emojis, sheep emojis. For all the sheep, we will get these sheeps back up here. Get me from 190 to 200. and we'll close out our party with me doing one last power lift of this Olympic level power lift of this white hoagie. That's what we call them in New Jersey, hoagies. Just giant meatball on the floor. Okay. College Board's incredibly obsessed with the environment this year. That does seem to be a theme. I also want to thank you for your last minute review videos. I watched the A-Push video and got a 4. Thank you. It's great if we have helped you on those last minute review videos. Again, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be posting all kinds of great content for you. Slay, AP Bio, AP Lifting. Yeah, AP, I get a 1 in AP Lifting when I'm like hospitalized later. They have to put a rod in my back because I can't, he doesn't, and I've got, oh, I got little sheep, the sheep with horns, you know, that's a good look. Also, I wonder if these work as well. There's, oh no, see the 5s break when you do them. I'm at 200 likes. It's time for the final AP power lift of Marco and Nina of Marco Learning. So hang on just 1 second. One more time. One more time. Here he is. Now he's smiling. Finally, it took 40 minutes to get this dog to give us a Samoyed smile. And here he is. Oh, Marco, they love you. Oh, here we go. Here, let's do AP powerlifting. Ready? And up and down we go. That's Marco. What has happened in my life? Let me get you Nina. Hang on, Nina. Once you do your first rep with heavy weights, you can curl with a much lighter weight afterwards. Oh, okay. Smile. There you go. So Nina's chill. Nina's got all the AP chill that all the AP students want. She just relaxes into the show. AP physical education. So Marco doesn't speak Spanish, but I do speak Spanish to him porque se llama Marco. So everyone, listen, I want you all in the chat to write, I will manifest, I am manifesting a high score, and then put one of those little star emojis with it, you know, for extra superstition, which is like this. There you go. Put that in the chat. I am manifesting a high score, or whatever little YouTube charms you want. Marco and Nina are rooting for you. Come on, Marco. He wants to come back up. One last run. One last time. Oh, smile for the crowd and manifest a 5 for all the kids. Oh, Marco, give them a 5. Give them your blessing. Okay, everyone. Best of luck. When the scores come out, we'll be posting information about how to hide scores, about how to submit scores. There's all these good vibes in the chat. Stay in touch with us at Marco Learning because we're here to help. And pay attention to my roasts. They're coming out here on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok,